is hot. Acquiring approach vector. All stations secure for transit. The board is green. Approach run has begun. Hitting the relay in 3, 2, 1. Thrusters, check. Navigation, check. Internal emissions sync engaged. All systems online. Drift, just under 1500K.
1500 is good. Your captain will be pleased.
I hate that guy.
Nihilus gave you a compliment. So you hate him.
You remember to zip up your jumpsuit on the way out of the bathroom? That's good. I just jumped us halfway across the galaxy and hit a target the size of a pinhead. So that's incredible. Besides, Spectres are trouble. I don't like having them on board. Call me paranoid.
You're paranoid. The Council helped fund this project. They have a right to send someone to keep an eye on their investment.
Yeah, that is the official story. But only an idiot believes the official story.
Okay, you're overreacting.
You always expect the worst.
Well, bad feelings are an occupational hazard. But we don't go anywhere unless there's a good reason, so what are we doing here?
Joker, status report.
Just cleared the mass relay, Captain. Stealth systems engaged. Everything looks solid.
Good. Find a comm buoy and link us into the network. I want mission reports relayed back to Alliance Brass before we reach Eden Prime.
Aye, aye, Captain. Better brace yourself, sir. I think Nihilus is headed your way.
He's already here, Lieutenant. Tell Commander Shepard to meet me in the comm room for a debriefing.
You get that, Commander?
He sounds angry. Something must have gone wrong with the mission.
Captain always sounds like that when he's talking to me.
Can't possibly imagine why.
Okay, YouTube, we're playing Mass Effect. Now, first off, I love this game. The whole universe it's created throughout all three games is just awesome. I've fallen in love with it, really. I love every character, every mission, every ounce of this game. The fact that it just gets better and better as the game progresses, and it's just so interactive as well. You can create friends and enemies. You can, let people die, or you can save them. It really depends on what you do and what you are at that point. So right now we're on the Normandy, which is a kick-ass spaceship. Basically, a quick reboot on the storyline is that in the year 2148, I think it was, they uncovered this beacon. It's an artifact, but it was called the Beacon on Mars, which was just full of technology, or at least knowledge. They're still cracking it as we speak right now, and it gave humans, a 200 increase in technology, 200-year increase in technology. So it allowed us to develop faster computers, and of course, have special abilities, but really the main thing is the concept of faster than light travel. Basically, there's these things called relays that are scattered all over the galaxy, and it just basically fires you from one to another. Sometimes one are really big, sometimes one are not so much. Kind of like the way the Stargate works in SG-1. Some are even locked. You don't get to unlock them at all, but the whole concept is that you can unlock more destinations, but you don't really know what you're going to find, and that was the whole concept that was, behind one of the missions. We're going to go talk to Navigator Presley here.
Congratulations, Commander. Looks like we had a smooth run. You heading down to see the captain?
I heard you arguing.
Sounds like you don't trust our Turian guest.
Sorry, Commander, just having a chat with Adams down at engineering. I didn't mean to cause any trouble. But you have to admit, something's odd about this mission. The whole crew feels it.
What do you mean?
You think the Alliance brass is holding out on us?
If all we're supposed to do is test out the stealth system, why is Captain Anderson in charge? And then there's Nihilus. Spectres are elite operatives, top covert agents. Why send a Spectre, a Turian Spectre, on a shakedown run? It doesn't add up.
So you got all these other questions you can ask to find out what's going on. Turian Spectre.
You don't trust Nihilus.
I don't like Turians in general. It runs in my family. My grandfather fought in the First Contact War. Lost a lot of friends when the Turians hit us.
Basically, the Contact War was essentially a huge misunderstanding. The Turians may have attacked because they thought we may have been hostile. Turns out, in many ways that we were. They thought that blowing up a few ships would sort of send a warning in regards to, unlocking the relay, which we were actually attempting to do back in the day, but we now know that's really bad because you never know what was going to come up of it. Turns out the Turians just, simply fired, destroyed a couple of our vessels, and we got pissed, and we started shooting theirs back, and so and so and so, and ended up being this small war. I don't know how many people died, probably a few thousand, but it was basically ended shortly after it started by the other races. We'll get into that a bit later. That was long ago.
That was 30 years ago. You can't blame Nihilus for that.
No, I guess not. But it still makes me nervous to have a Spectre on board, especially a Turian. We're an Alliance vessel, human military, but Nihilus doesn't answer to the captain like the rest of us. Spectres operate outside the normal chain of command. And they don't come along just to observe shakedown runs. Nihilus looks like he's expecting some heavy action. I don't like it.
So in regards to a Spectre, essentially there's this whole government. There are dozens of alien species, or maybe not dozens, probably close to a dozen of sentient alien species all sort of living together. Basically, there's one major government called located on the Citadel, which is basically like this big checkpoint of the relays. There's a whole, massive city there. Turns out that the council, the three head people running the place, have their own personal police force called the Spectres, who basically get all rights to do whatever the hell they want, whenever they want, to whoever they want. So, they get their job done. I'll look into it.
I'll see if I can get some answers when I see him.
Good luck, Commander.
Essentially, they are the top of the top.
I grew up on Eden Prime, Doc. It's not the kind of place
they're
Spectres
above
visit.
the law in many
There's
ways.
something Nihilus isn't telling us about this mission.
Dr.
That's
Chuck
crazy.
was.
The captain's in charge here. He wouldn't take orders from a Spectre.
Not his choice, Doc. Spectres don't answer to anyone. They can do whatever they want. Kill anyone who gets in their way.
Oh, you watch too many spy vids, Jenkins.
I'm going to talk to Dr. Chuck was.
What do you think, Commander? We won't be staying on Eden Prime
But
too long.
she's an
will
older
we?
woman,
I'm
but
itching
I
for
think
some
she's very
real
attractive.
action.
I sincerely hope you're kidding, Corporal. Your real action usually ends with me patching up crew members in the infirmary.
The doctor's right.
You need to calm down, Corporal. A good soldier stays cool, even under fire.
Sorry, Commander, but this waiting's killing me. I've never been on a mission like this before, not one with a Spectre on board.
You'll do fine.
Just treat this like every other assignment you've had and everything will work out.
Easy for you to say. You proved yourself on a cruise. Everybody knows what you can do. This is my big chance. I need to show the brass what I can do.
There's no rush. Don't play the hero. Be careful.
You're young, Corporal. You have a long career ahead of you. Don't do something stupid to mess it up.
Don't worry, sir. I'm not going to screw this up.
The Spectre's Eden Prime. Okay, we don't need to look at this.
The captain's waiting
Eden
for me.
Prime is this planet
Goodbye,
that was
Commander.
basically on the verge of this territory, and the territory itself was owned by these sentient robots that just sort of went. They rose up against their masters, took over the planet, took over the neighboring planets. Basically, they own the whole area, and they don't let anyone come in. So we decided to set up a planet that was basically free because no one sure a ship was going to sit there.
Commander Shepard, I was hoping you'd get here first. It will give us a chance to talk.
The captain said he'd meet me here.
He's on his way. I'm interested in this world we're going to, Eden Prime. I've heard it's quite beautiful.
They say it's a paradise.
Yes, a paradise. Serene, tranquil, safe. Eden Prime has become something of a symbol for your people, hasn't it? Proof that humanity can not only establish colonies across the galaxy, but also protect them. But how safe is it really?
What's your point?
If you've got something to say, just say it.
Your people are still newcomers, Shepard. The galaxy can be a very dangerous place. Is the Alliance truly ready for this?
I think it's about time we told the commander what's really going on.
This mission is far more than a simple shakedown run.
And essentially they received multiple distress calls from this planet Eden Prime that they're under attack by an unknown enemy force. I knew it.
I figured there was something you weren't telling us.
We're making a covert pickup on Eden Prime. That's why we needed the stealth systems operational.
So, as well as another thing I should mention, this ship is like the first of its kind for humanity. It has stealth drive. Now, I don't even think the other species have stealth drive capabilities yet. Basically, the way ships see each other is they see the heat coming from the engines. That's how ships can detect each other. But the Normandy doesn't have any. Somehow it bottles up the heat and stores it and then releases the heat at another time and place. What should we have done? What's the pickup?
What's the payload, Captain?
A research team on Eden Prime unearthed some kind of beacon during an excavation. It was Prothean.
Protheans were the people who made the beacons. Essentially they're like these neural implants that can, well, not neural, but you approach them and they sort of do something to your head and they pass knowledge into you, but they're only meant for Protheans, so they don't really work on humans.
I thought the Protheans vanished 50,000 years ago.
Their legacy still remains. The mass relays, the Citadel, our ship drives. It's all based on Prothean technology.
This is big, Shepard. The last time humanity made a discovery like this, it jumped our technology forward 200 years. But Eden Prime doesn't have the facilities to handle something like this. We need to bring the beacon back to the Citadel for proper study.
Obviously, this goes beyond mere human interests, Commander. This discovery could affect every species in Council space.
Why did you tell the Council? So basically they found another beacon. Now, we found one on Mars, which allowed humans to develop, faster than light travel and have all that knowledge 200 years. They found another one on this planet. They haven't told the Council yet, but that's why it's such a huge intrigue. Basically, they found one on Eden Prime, and the Council was the humans were going to sort of sort out what the hell they're going to do with it, and the next thing they know, they're under attack. So we're going to go into it. I'm glad you're here to help.
It never hurts to have a few extra hands on board.
The beacon's not the only reason I'm here, Shepard.
Nihilus wants to see you in action, Commander. He's here to evaluate you.
Why?
What's going on, Captain?
The Alliance has been pushing for this for a long time. Humanity wants a larger role in shaping interstellar policy. We want more say with the Citadel Council. The Spectres represent the Council's power and authority. If they accept a human into their ranks, it shows how far the Alliance has come.
Not many could have survived what you went through on Akuz. You showed a remarkable will to live, a particularly useful talent. That's why I put your name forward as a candidate for the Spectres.
So they want him to become a Spectre. Basically, he has to see him in action. What's the next step?
Just tell me what I have to do.
I need to see your skills for myself, Commander. Eden Prime will be the first of several missions together.
You'll be in charge of the ground team. Secure the beacon and get it onto the ship ASAP. Nihilus will accompany you to observe the mission.
I'm ready to go.
Just give the word, Captain.
We should be getting close to Eden.
Captain, we got a problem.
What's wrong, Joker?
Transmission from Eden Prime, sir. You better see this.
Bring it up on screen.
Get down!
That is Ashley Williams.
We are under attack, taking heavy casualties. I repeat, heavy casualties. We can't. Get evac. They came out of nowhere. We need.
Everything cuts out after that. No comm traffic at all. Just goes dead. There's nothing.
Reverse and hold at 38.5. Status report.
17 minutes out, Captain. No other Alliance ships in the area.
Take us in, Joker, fast and quiet. This mission just got a lot more complicated.
A small strike team can move quickly, without drawing attention. It's our best chance to secure the beacon.
Grab your gear and meet us in the cargo hold. Tell Alenko and Jenkins to suit up, Commander. You're going in.
Engaging stealth systems. Somebody was doing some serious digging here, Captain.
Your team's the muscle in this operation, Commander. Go in heavy and head straight for the dig site.
What about survivors, Captain?
Helping survivors is a secondary objective. The beacon's your top priority.
Approaching drop point 1.
Nihilus, you're coming with us?
I move faster on my own.
Nihilus will scout out ahead. He'll feed you status reports throughout the mission. Otherwise, I want radio silence.
Ready and able, sir.
The mission's yours now, Shepard. Good luck!
Good luck.
We are approaching drop point 2.
If you probably come across my little channel here, you'd probably realize that Mass Effect Andromeda is supposed to be releasing relatively soon, and I'm really looking forward to that. I'm going to go out and buy it first up. I'm not going to put it on lay-by, I'm just going to go straight in and buy it.
Ship perimeter secured, Commander.
So this is Eden Prime. Beautiful,
This
isn't
place
it?
got hit hard, Commander. Hostiles everywhere. Keep your guard up.
So one of the key things is that you can have sex in this game. Now, you can only do it once, but and it's not easy too. You have to like work a relationship with someone over time.
What the hell are those?
With a male character, you can have sex with with Ashley Williams, who we haven't met yet, or Liara, who is an Asari, who is an alien race. And yes, most people go with a Liara. In fact, I can and will go with her. Pretty much throughout all 3 episodes. 1, she's usually the easiest to hook up with, and 2, she's usually the favourite as well. Although my favourite character in this game is Tally, who we haven't met yet. Funny thing is, when I first played this game, I didn't really know anything about the upgrading system, so I didn't upgrade at all, and I got really far into the game, which was somewhat impressive, many people have said. But it just made it impossible to move ahead. And then it was like, oh, why can't I defeat this game? Come on, I've adjusted the level settings, I've, done everything I can. Turns out, yeah, I just had to go upgrade this armor, and I upgraded my armor, I upgraded my weapons, my health, everything, and I just kicked ass after that. So when I first got Mass Effect, I got it for about $12, I think it was, at EB Games in the clearance rack. And I didn't really think too much about it. I don't know how long I held it before I even played it, because I just threw it in the pile. come across the Geth. I'll show you shortly.
Perimeter secured.
But the Geth are the robots. Now, they were created by the Quarians.
Maybe we should check on Jenkins.
Essentially, the Quarians were just another alien species. That's a member who Tally is actually a member of. Basically, they didn't make any laws or anything. They just started building robots, and one day they just rose up against them. It was this whole thing. It happened about 200 years ago. So remember that all the other species are ahead of us, but not by that much.
Got some burned out buildings here, Shepard.
They all sort of reached the same state.
Bodies.
The ability to
I'm gonna
like
check
build
it out.
spaceships and stuff.
I'll try to catch up with you at the dig site.
Essentially, just reached the ability to build spaceships, and then basically it was hard to upgrade because it wasn't their technology. So assault training and warp. First aid, yes. Vanguard and charm. Now you got charm and intimidate, which is basically your good and bad sides. Just making sure it's stuck. Yeah, your good and bad sides. So depending on how you want to, proceed through the game, you can upgrade your charm faster, or you can intimidate people, which can lead to getting what you want, but essentially you become a dick and start to become hated, which can sort of affect the way the game changes. So as I was saying before, the Quarians created the Geth, and the Geth rose up against them and basically just kicked them off their whole planet. Great kid. So now the Quarians, their immune systems are very weird. Basically, they can't live on without wearing a suit. Not for very long. Bacteria-wise, they're just immune to basic stuff. I don't know why I'm shooting these things. They're not.
Perimeter clear.
Essentially, they just shut themselves off from the rest of the galaxy and do their own thing, leaving the Quarians stranded. Now, they can't really land and colonize another planet. They have to have their one. I've actually got action figures of Ashley and Shepard and Callie. Weird enough is they didn't make, there's a lot more characters as well.
Gunnery Chief Ashley Williams of the 212. You the one in charge here, sir?
Are you
wounded, Williams?
A few scrapes and burns, nothing serious. The others weren't so lucky. Oh man. We were patrolling the perimeter when the attack hit. We tried to get off a distress call, but they cut off our communications. I've been fighting for my life ever since.
Where's the rest of your squad?
We tried to double back to the beacon, but we walked into an ambush. I don't think any of the others... I think I'm the only one left.
What killed them?
Any idea what kind of enemy we're facing?
I think they're Geth.
The Geth haven't been seen outside the Veil in nearly 200 years. Why are they here now?
They must have come for the beacon. The dig site is close, just over that rise. It might still be there.
Join us.
We could use your help, Williams.
Aye, aye, sir. It's time for payback.
Now, we're not going to go ahead.
Move out.
I'm going to go ahead. So obviously you can have sex with her or you can have sex with Liara. I'm going to go have sex with Liara because it's more interesting.
The beacon's at the far end of this trench.
So essentially, as I was saying about the Quarians, now the Quarians, as we'll meet a bit later, they can't colonize other planets. They can, because of their immune system, they need their real own planet, or at least a planet similar enough to their one, their planet. So they basically live on these sterilized ships, an entire fleet, or flotilla, as it's more known as, the flotilla, which is a huge assortment of ships. It's the biggest, pile of ships in the galaxy, and it takes a lot to keep them running. So basically, they just spend most of their lives just being mechanics. Every single one has just got. Every single one works to keep the ships running. So this is where it was. And remember when I say was, and I was nearly dead. Dig site.
This is the dig site. The beacon was right here. It must have been moved.
By who? Our side or the Geth?
Hard to say. Maybe we'll know more after we check out the research camp.
Any survivors?
You think anyone got out of here alive?
If they were lucky. Maybe hiding up in the camp. It's just on the top of this ridge, up the ramps.
Okay, so I'm going to make this the end of episode 1
Change of
for
plan,
Mass Effect.
Shepard.
I don't want this
There's a small spaceport up ahead.
simply because I don't want this to be too large.
I want to check it
Alright,
out.
like and subscribe to
I'll
my
wait for you
channel
there.
and, watch the next one.